Hey, what's up, you guys? WWE fan 0599 here again, and today we're going to review Alien Resurrection. And so, Alien Resurrection stars Sigourney Weaver and Wanda Ryder, I believe. And what this film is about, it's about, after Ellen Ripley, well, spoilers for Alien 3. After she sacrificed herself in Alien 3, now scientists are trying to clone Ellen Ripley and clone the alien that was inside of Ellen Ripley. And, Ellen Ripley's all cloned and everything, and the xenomorphs escape. And now Ellen Ripley and a bunch of, rebels or whatever, have to stop, basically, the xenomorphs. So, what did I think of Alien Resurrection? This was the final nail in the coffin for the Alien franchise. It really was. This movie is absolute garbage. Garbage. This movie is awful. This movie is just horrendously bad. This is one of the worst sequels I have ever seen in my life. Talking about milking a franchise till it's dry. Till it's really dry. Let's get into my positives. I have no positives with this film. I really don't. I couldn't find one positive with this film. Let's jump straight into the negatives because I have a lot of negatives with this movie. First negative, the acting. The acting is not good in this movie whatsoever. Sigourney Weaver, what are you doing here? Apparently they paid her like a buttload of money to return for this movie. They were that desperate that they need to give her a buttload of money to return for this movie. And all she does is act like a robot in this movie. It was like a phoned-in performance to me. She's just like, yeah, I'm here for the paycheck. That's what it just seemed like to me in this movie. Well, in a garbage film like Alien 3, at least she was good, really good in that movie. But in this, she just seemed like she was pulling off a robot performance. And I get she's a clone, she's trying to remember stuff, but it was just, the performance was just not good. I did not enjoy Sigourney Weaver in this movie. Wanda Ryder was terrible in this movie. She was very whiny, very, just complaining all the time. And I just didn't enjoy her character. I could care less about her character, so yeah. All the mercenaries, I meant to say mercenaries, not rebels, but all the mercenaries in this movie, they're not that good either. Ron Perlman! My boy! What were you doing here? Ron Perlman is awesome, but for some reason he wasn't that good in this movie. And I didn't enjoy Ron Perlman in this movie. He was just very over the top in this movie, so yeah. You got the guy who played Top Dollar in The Crow, and he's fine for the screen time that he has, and he's not even in the movie for that long, which stinks to me because I really enjoyed him in this movie. But no, he was only in it for a few scenes, so yeah. The acting was not good with this movie. Brad Dourif was in this movie. The guy who played Chucky in all the Child's Play movies, he wasn't even that good either in this movie. So yeah. The writing with this movie, the writing is so awful with this movie. The writing is so terrible with this movie. You wanna know who this movie was written by? Joss Whedon. I'm not even kidding. That's who wrote this movie. The same guy that wrote my favorite movie of all time, Toy Story, directed The Avengers, and gave us Firefly. Yes, wrote this piece of garbage. Oh my goodness. Yeah. The writing is awful with this movie. Like I said, just like with Alien 3, this movie is very underwhelming. Whenever they do action scenes, it feels very underwhelming in my opinion, you know, so yeah. The directing is terrible with this movie. I thought the directing was just awful. I didn't really like the directing with this movie. He's got a name that is hard. John Flew the Frame. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but he directed this movie, and just wasn't good in my opinion. I didn't like the directing with this movie. The visuals were not good. They were really bad in this movie. I won't say they were as bad as Alien 3, but there's one scene towards the end where it looks really bad. And just, the visuals weren't really that good with this movie, so yeah. The pacing was awful with this movie. You know, I just wanted this movie to end, like, right away. I just wanted this movie to end right away, in my opinion. You know, it just would not end. So yeah, the pacing was just very slow with this movie, so yeah. So overall, Alien Resurrection, this movie is absolute garbage. It really is. I could not stand Alien Resurrection. This was such a bad sequel. One of the worst sequels I have ever seen. Just this movie is terrible. So yeah. So it's time for my official grade on Alien Resurrection. And my official grade on Alien Resurrection is an F. An F, F, F. This movie is terrible. I could not stand Alien Resurrection. Such an awful movie. Sigourney Weaver, why'd you come back for this? So yeah. I hope Alien 5 makes up for this. So what did you guys think of Alien Resurrection? Leave in the comment section below. And thank you all for watching my Alien reviews. And we will see you all later. Peace.